Everybody wants to get united. Like, what we gotta do is meet everybody on 149th Street at the bench.
After this video, you're gonna wonder why you ever had any issues with flow and graffiti. It's one of the things that I get asked about the most as far as graffiti is concerned, and it is one of the easiest fundamentals, but also one of the most misunderstood fundamentals. So we're gonna clear all that up in today's video, but if you want to learn more about graffiti, be sure to check out the playlist that this video is a part of, where we cover each one of graffiti's fundamentals. Now, I can summarize this entire video and finish the video in just a single sentence. Flow happens automatically if all of your fundamentals are correct. That's it. Cut the footage. The video is done. It's literally that simple. This is why if you're keeping things simple and practicing the basics and you're not adding style, your name will flow by itself. Now, I want to make this really clear. No matter how much style you're working with, even if you're doing the craziest wild styles, flow can only ever be degraded if you A, mess up the fundamentals, B, mess up the fundamentals, or C, add too much style, which causes you to mess up the fundamentals. That's the only way to degrade flow. There's no other way. So, what are the different kinds of flow we're working with here? You have line uniformity and similarity, you have letter uniformity and similarity, and then you have momentum flow. Now, momentum flow, I want to get this out of the way real quick. This is completely optional. You don't have to do it. In fact, most graffiti artists never use momentum flow. So we're going to save that for a more advanced tutorial, and we're going to focus on line uniformity and similarity and letter uniformity and similarity. So line uniformity and similarity is proximity based, and this is smaller scale stuff that we're dealing with here. Essentially, the more similar two lines are, the more they're going to flow. And if they're uniform, guess what? They're pretty similar, and as a result, they're going to flow a lot. The issue here, though, is that these lines have to be positioned close enough to one another in order to actually flow with each other. If they're positioned more than like half a letter, you're not going to be able to make them flow. They're too far away. Now, the whole goal with line uniformity and similarity is strength in numbers. You're going to need multiple of these similar lines in order to actually create a flow that's meaningful. And sometimes you'll be able to create one line and then have a series of very similar lines or even identical lines throughout the entire name in order to carry your flow. Other times you're going to have to kind of shift. Maybe you have a vertical line that you carry throughout a couple letters, and then a horizontal line you carry out through other letters. And that brings us to the next point. Vertical lines and horizontal lines do not flow with one another. They're too opposite. Instead, diagonal lines are where the magic happens. This right here is the line that bridges the gap between your verticals and your horizontals. If you have a vertical line that you created a series of flow lines with, and you have a horizontal line that you also have some flow with, you can connect them with a diagonal line. This is a topic that we cover in great depth in the book. And depending on how different your original flow lines are, you might need multiple connecting lines in order to actually transition that flow from the vertical to the horizontal. Now, don't go overboard with this. Understand, you don't have to make every single line of your throwy, hand style, or piece, completely uniform with one another. That's going to make your letters look ridiculous, because what we have to understand is our lines create our letter structures. So if you draw a line in a particular way, that's going to change how the actual structure looks. And sure, you might be able to bend your letter structures within reason, but at the end of the day, the integrity of our letters structure is the most important thing for graffiti artists. You don't want to go crazy distorting a letter just to get it to flow, because now you've destroyed the letter. So be very careful with your line uniformity and similarity. Now, something that's a lot easier to work with is letter uniformity and similarity. But before we dive into that, if you're really trying to learn everything you possibly can about graffiti, there's only one book worth getting. We just released a comprehensive guide to graffiti. It goes over each and every single one of graffiti's fundamentals in excessive detail. People of all skill levels are bound to learn something. And if you're interested, we have a link to the ebook in the description down below. Now, letter uniformity is flow on a larger scale, which means you don't need as many of these in order to have a big impact. You can have just two things that are uniform, and it can have a massive impact on your flow. But typically speaking, we're looking to have one similar feature on each letter, roughly speaking. If you're keeping things simple and practicing the basics, you don't have to worry about this. And letter uniformity can be just having letters that have uniform tops on something like your throwies, or uniform bottoms on throwies as well. On pieces, maybe you incorporate a serif that one letter has, and the second letter has, and the third and the fourth. That makes your letters more similar. Maybe in your hand style, you're using more pointed letters or more rounded strokes. That would make your hand styles more similar. And once again, you don't have to necessarily repeat these on every single letter, but if you have a detail occur one time, you want it to occur at least 2 times. And what's really awesome is you can even take, let's just say for example, a serif on a piece, and you can incorporate that on multiple letters, building your letter uniformity, but you can also create the serif using similar lines to other things that are nearby, therefore making the serif have a boost in flow, because not only is it flowing with letter uniformity and similarity, but now it's also flowing with line uniformity and similarity. Now, when we're talking about throwies and pieces specifically in regards to flow, this goes down to pretty much how you build your letters. The thickness of your letters also very much matters. That's letter letter uniformity. How tall your letters are, or how wide, how much room they encompass, that's also letter uniformity. On a much more smaller scale, that's more so standard stuff that you're going to need just to make the name look cohesive to begin with. But here's the real trick to flow. Don't overthink it. Prioritize your other fundamentals first. Take care of those, and flow will snap into place. If you're more advanced and you want to conceptualize around flow, different story. You can certainly do that because then flow will dictate all of your other fundamentals, like how you position your letters, and this is similar to what results in Sabres and Mad C style, where their positioning is very exaggerated and it helps to increase flow. But if you or anybody in your crew is struggling with flow, tell them, keep it simple, practice the basics, and let them know that the only thing that can ever disrupt flow is bad fundamentals. Now dudes, that just about wraps up the video, but if you guys are still eager to learn and you want a lot more information, check out the book we just released. It's a comprehensive guide on graffiti. It'll teach you everything you need to know. We go in ridiculous amount of depths about flow and how flow functions, the science behind flow, bisectors, and how bisectors relate to flow. Like this book is stupidly detailed about every single fundamental in graffiti. If you're interested, you'll find a link to the ebook in the description down below. And if you want some more graffiti tutorials, check out this right up here. It's the best graffiti tutorials anywhere online with more graffiti content right down here. And I'll catch you guys back here next week. Thanks for watching.